Captain, somebody's gonna need these.
I'm grabbing pills.
Good evening, morning, night, or afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an already beginning game on our hands here between Bootylicious and the Double W's. Reason I'm calling that is for safe for work reasons. I prefer to run a safe for work policy in my comment. That's going to be a hunter to the left of the survivors. That's going to be a boom from below onto one. That's going to be a hunter temporarily landing onto Bill, but not really much damage to follow. There was a lot of explosions happening there, but none of it in the face of the survivors, so they have maintained their health pretty well. And just to inform you as well, the double W's over on the infected side is going to be comprised of Zombie Man, Toff, Bam, and the current tank Sismo. Zombie Man, somebody I do actually know didn't know personally at one point. He is an OG. He has been in this game a very, very long time. That's going to be a boom from below onto one survivor. Survivors being comprised, by the way, of Zero, GK, Percy, and Martin. Sismo's tank is maintaining line of sight and throwing rocks. That's going to be a hunter onto Nick. That's going to be a rock skeeted. That nearly hit Nick, actually. So that's well played by Bootylicious to have skeeted the rock there. That was pretty crucial. Their health is looking really good, but then again, Sismo's tank is on pass number one. It is on 100%. It's just gone down now to 90%, but he's maintaining line of sight pretty well. But then again, he isn't landing any rocks, so he needs to weigh the benefits here. That's going to be a smoker from below, pulls Nick down to ground level. The rock can't connect, but a charger can connect, and a jockey. Everybody piles onto Nick. But again, second time in a row, the rock is unfortunately unsuccessful onto Nick. It is successful onto Rochelle, however. Rochelle taking a rock as well. Well played by the tank so far. The survivors have decided to break line of sight, but the tank is currently on pass number one and 100% of it. He has actually landed two very nice rocks so far onto Bootylicious. So the double W's looking in to be a good state. However, they do pop the boomer, followed by a pause. That's going to be GK popping Zombie Man. GK and Zombie Man are both Swedes. Fun little fact. But I do actually know Zombie Man. I knew him personally a very long time ago, and I mean we're talking like 2012, 2013 kind of time. When Left 4 Dead 2 was very, very large, actually. It was at its peak, I would say, around that time. And Zombie Man is somebody I played with a lot back in the day. So he is definitely a back in the day kind of guy. Anyway, we have the return of the disconnected person, and we are going to be going live Hunter and a Charger in the hands of the double W's. They do not have the other spawn because the survivors managed to pop the boomer. Tank has maintained line of sight pretty well. He's also maintained his health pretty well as well, actually. Then again, speaking of that, the survivors know where. That's going to be an attack moving in. That's going to be a good hunter. The Charger can't capitalize on it. Can any rocks? Well, some rocks can't either, actually. So he's, but he is still on pass number one. The survivors have begun to break line of sight now, and he's down 65%. And they probably need to continue to do that at this rate. They need to be careful, though. 50% of pass number one. The survivors have chosen to reposition into an open area in preparation for the special infected attack. The boomer is looking for a bunny hop. Very nicely shut down, though. Good smoke onto Rochelle at the lorry. Jockey is moving in as well. The rock is traveling, but it cannot connect. The survivors, despite the damage they took from the special infected, they mitigated the damage from the tank to pretty much zero. He is still on 50% of pass number 1 though, so they are inconsistently breaking line of sight.
I'm reloading.
Because in the last maybe 30 seconds or so, he's only lost 5%. That's going to be a boom onto 1 survivor. That's going to be a missed charger and a shutdown smoker. Good skeet on the rock as well by the survivors, so they haven't eaten a rock, but the tank is still throwing them. That's going to be the charger moving into scratches. I think he gets one onto Rochelle before he perishes here. And just by the way, this I did forget to mention, but of course you're going to be aware by this point, it is on hard rain downpour. This is basically hard rain, but a lot more difficult. That's going to be a boomer. Unsuccessful. He gets popped, and a rock, unfortunately, still has not landed. The line of sight breaking has become more consistent now. He's on pass number 2 and 95% of it, and he's at 5k HP. The survivors are bleeding, actually. 2 of them are bleeding, in fact. So it's really crucial that the survivors kind of make a move here and they make the tank do something, because they can't keep standing here. The tank is going to choose to move in, actually. He's going to choose to move in with his hittable, the car. Well, he has 3 of them.
Reloading.
He's trying to get this car into play. That's a separated Nick with a jockey. The car is going to be onto him. For certainty, a smoker below as well. The car can't go onto him either, though. But he's going to look for the kill on Nick. One more hit onto Nick and he will be dying. And that is indeed the death of Nick, and that was a near in-cap onto Rochelle as well, actually. Bootylicious in a very, very bad position here. They dodged that rock, but they have unfortunately lost the life of Nick, aka GK. Good rock from the tank as well onto Rochelle. The car is unsuccessful. That's a good smoker. Interception, curve rock. No, he's just going to throw the rock straight onto Ellis. Separation, jockey. Interception, Hunter is dead, stops and headshot is. Smoker is going to look to try to intercept, but he can't do so. The car just barely misses Coach there as well. The car's moving in for them, and it just, the tree saves their life there, their lives there, basically. That's a smoker landing onto Rochelle. The rock is unsuccessful. That is an incapacitated Ellis there. Tank is going to be throwing rocks onto the survivors, but no luck just yet. Pass number 2, 70% of it. That's going to be a boom from the rooftop onto 1 survivor. Tank is continuing to throw these rocks. He hasn't landed one just yet. 45% of pass number 2, but he's on 200 HP, so the amount he can do is pretty limited. Jockey is moving in, lands onto Rochelle. That's a good dual cap. He's going to move the car in. That's going to be a double in cap with the car and an in cap onto with the Hunter. That's going to be a wipe, and a very, very well played wipe at that. A very clutch one. Double W's showing themselves to have a very superior, very high-end, high-level gameplay of infected, well, special infected gameplay, basically. Bootylicious, it's now their turn to see what they can do, really, what they can pull out of the bag. But the double W's pulled a lot out of the bag there. The tank did very well. He made very good use of his surroundings, his hittables, and the environment he was in general. Let's just see what can happen in reverse, though. Double W's are now going to be on the survivor side. Going to be making their way on to the rooftop. Boomer, and that gets a nice triple boom. That's going to be a Hunter onto Coach, followed by a smoker onto the same target. The Spit can't really do anything with this, though, and the propane canisters are going to be blown up one by one. Nick does need to be careful of that, but unfortunately for Bootylicious, the damage which was inflicted was pretty limited. The tank is going to spawn for Bootylicious in the hands of Martin, of whom is going to be moving the car into play. The survivors are choosing to take the tank in the closed area here, this kind of like shopping mall. Hunter is going to get rid of the spawn because he's not happy with the Hunter. He does not want a Hunter in this scenario. That's going to be a boomer onto 1 survivor. Is that enough for the tank to commit? That's what I'm wondering here, because he's looking like he might be trying to commit here, actually. He is still on pass number 1. charger and a jockey. He's going to wait for the tri-cap. What he's also going to do is something very unconventional. He's going to try to get the car in through the window here with the rock. The car is actually basically into play there, but he can't really do anything with it, so the survivors are actually going to move out as a result of the and a nice rock as well landing onto Coach there. He's going to be looking to try to get the car to work in his favor. He played very well to scare the survivors out of that room. He hasn't made much happen other than the rock so far, though. He's repositioning this car. Instead, he's going to move in for the survivors. Special infected support will be coming in soon. Gets one punch. That's going to be a charger onto the guy that falls there. That could be an in-cap onto him. It is an in-cap. Separation smoker. Jockey can't find anybody. Looks for the interception onto Nick, but gets dead stops and shut down. Tank is having no luck chasing Rochelle, but the car is in their face. They have to be careful, and Ellis is indeed careful. So is Rochelle, actually. They make good use of their surroundings, the double W's. They make good use of the ladder and the telephone pole wire, and as well as the tree with Rochelle there. So well played overall to the double W's for essentially making very good use of their surroundings and dodging the cars as a result. That puts them in a more favorable position here, but of course they need to maintain their HP if they want that to continue to be favorable. And at the moment they're just scouting around for pretty much anything they can find. Boomer, Hunter, Spitter, and a Smoker. Hunter is going to land, followed by the Spitter in the closed area. That's going to be some decent damage onto Ellis, and actually that is a good person to get damage onto as well, because he possesses a large amount of their health bonus, so he actually did inflict a decent amount of detriment to their to the health bonus of the double W's. However, the spawn timers are just coming up, and that's going to allow the double W's to get over the caravan and get over the ladder choke point. Jockey, charger, Hunter, and a Boomer to use with this upcoming witch, of whom is in the playground. The survivors are choosing to go behind the truck here. They do have a shotgun, so they can deal with her if they so choose. But they will have to deal with the special infected also. They might be looking to skip the witch altogether, but we'll have to see what they decide to do. They are choosing to go straight forward. They may even go back for the witch if the infected attack here. These survivors are going to be shutting down the Hunter with ease. The jockey's moving in, but gets shut down as well. That's going to be a double boom, but the charger is too far away to make anything happen. He moves in. Nice double charge. That is going to be a good crown, however. So that's going to be 25 points awarded to the double W's, but that was indeed a very good double charge onto the two boomed victims there, those being Ellis and Rochelle, or Sismo and Bam. That's going to be a Spitter, Jockey, and a Smoker, followed by, in 1 second, a Boomer.
Reloading!
They do not have a charge spit combination, and that would actually be beneficial here. The Boomer spawns behind the alarm car. They pop the Boomer, but that at the cost of triggering the... they pop the Boomer, but they trigger the alarm car. Very good separation, Jockey, onto Nick there, of whom has the highest HP of everybody as well. So that's going to be a huge detriment to their health bonus, the double W's. They're going to be incapacitating Nick at this rate as well. Nick is indeed incapacitated. Very well played to trigger the alarm car, followed by the separation Jockey. Hunter is looking to delay the get-up. He does indeed delay it. That's going to be a Boomer and a Smoker. Good triple boom. Separation Smoker onto Rochelle on the other side of the building, and without communication, they will not know where she is, because she is actually, the other guys are boomed, but she does communicate eventually, and that's going to be her freed. But Nick is nearly dead here, and there is a charger moving in, looking to secure the kill. He can't quite secure it though. He's a bit too slow on his attack onto Nick there. But as you guys can see, they have inflicted a tremendous amount of pain and hurt onto the double W's here. Very, very good damage onto the health bonus. That's looking promising for them, because you know, after the tank fight, yeah, sure, there was one guy with temporary HP, but the other guys were very, very good HP. and it was not looking like it was in favor of Bootylicious at all, but they have made up for it with some very good attacks. The Rocket Boomer, though, not so good. Quite an obvious place to Rocket Boom from. Most people will anticipate that. They're going to go in with 3 spawns in the staircase here, but the jockey is going to meet his demise, and that demise is going to be of Uzi fire, but they do smoke Nick into the spit there, so he actually dodged the spit by going onto the railing, but the smoker denied his opportunity to do that by pulling him into the spit. So that is going to be Zombie Man with 2 incapacitations, and therefore he is black and white.
Heads up.
And if you are unfamiliar, black and white basically means if you go to 0 HP, you're not going to go down, you're going to die. That's going to be a Hunter onto Rochelle, followed by a spit. Charger is going to be scratching Rochelle. That's going to be an in-cap onto her. That's going to be an instant clear onto the Charger, though. Technically a chip level, but that's going to be, well, 1 person black and white, 2 people that have been in-capped once, and Sismo, the only person who possesses any permanent HP, and, well, he possesses very little of it, so there's no health bonus, really. That's a separation smoker in the back as well onto Rochelle. They can't clear her in time. Well, they can clear her in time, sorry, that wasn't her in-cap, that's Coach in-capped. But that is going to be a revival of him. They did pop the Boomer as well, which is very much in their favor. They did also recently find a set of pain pills, so that's going to secure them into the safe room here, probably without an attack as well from Bootylicious. They're going to make it into the safe room indeed with, well, they are in a good position, but the position they could have been in if not for the ruthless damage inflicted by the attacks by Bootylicious. Well, I mean, let's just say Bootylicious, their infected gameplay there was very good, and they are only at around. To be honest with you, it was looking like it was going to be a lot more than that, so you have to give them props. Nonetheless, though, they do have some grounds to cover here because they are 400 points behind, roughly, and they are also going to be, well, they're going to be playing infected first, so the double W's are going to continue to increase their point mountain, and it is essentially up to Bootylicious to stop them from doing that to any sort of excessive extent. And we are just waiting on 1 more person to ready up or someone to respec. Midnight, please may you ready up. Thank you. Okay, right. So we are going to be going live here on Hard Rain Downpour in the EazyOne tournament, of which is essentially a showcase of the modernized version of T1, this being EazyOne, this being the elimination of medkits and the introduction of pain pills instead of them, which is still a thing in EazyOne, which is of course an exciting dynamic that you don't really see very much of these days. Tank is going to be in the hands of Zero for the Bootylicious tank. There's going to be a Charger moving in from the rooftop, followed by Jockey. That's going to be a good double charge. That's going to be 3 people in the spit here. 3 people are taking an absolute pummeling. Coach especially. I mean, I don't really know if anybody especially is a good answer there, because wow, that was amazing. That was a good Hunter stumble, followed by a double charge in the spit. That was 3 people just sizzling in the spit there. That's going to be tremendous damage, and that is the kind of stuff that the Bootylicious team need to pull out of the bag. That's going to be a Charger from behind. Can't get the double charge, but he can get a charge. That's going to be a charge onto their highest health bonus as well. That's another charge spit combo. Jockey is moving in to try to get them into the spit, but they, well, not only have taken a huge amount of damage, the double W's, but they also have a Zero tank to deal with. And Zero, in my opinion, ranks among some of the higher skilled players in this game, I would say personally. In terms of mechanical skill, he ranks pretty highly in my books. It's going to be a Hunter, Boomer, and a Charger for the Zero tank. He's going to be making his way through the broken building. It's up to Bootylicious as to whether or not they want to maintain their current setup or if they want to get a new one. It's going to be the jockey, charger, and boomer moving in. That's going to be a good charger and rock. Wow, that is absolutely ridiculously good. Basically one-by-one follow-ups there. That was, well, a charger followed by a rock. That is such good damage inflicted onto Coach there. The synchronization and the kind of follow-up one-by-one nature of that infliction was, oh, that was ruthless. That is exactly the kind of gameplay that Bootylicious need here. And if they can get a wipe here, that's going to be absolutely ecstatic for them. Good boomer onto one survivor. Trying to move in with that boom as well. He's going to be looking for the first pin. Can't find it just yet though. Misses the first punch. Misses the second punch. Boomer's looking for a proxy. That's going to be a dual cap on the other side of the map, but that's a good clear onto Rochelle. Boomer is still looking for that proxy. That's going to be a very good rock onto Rochelle though. That's going to be an in cap from the jockey as well. Not looking good for Bootylicious. The tank is over 2,000 HP at the moment. He's going to be pinning Nick with one punch followed by another. That's an in cap. That's a revival attempt by Rochelle, but denied by the jockey. The jockey pays with his life for it, but the tank with over 1,500 HP is going to be throwing the final rock here to wipe the survivors, ladies and gentlemen. We have a wipe on our hands here. The double W's, despite their lead, have unfortunately fallen to the very capable hands of Bootylicious. That is going to be a wipe, and that is going to be a very ideal situation.
Pills.
An incredibly ideal situation for Bootylicious here. They do have a window of opportunity for a comeback, but that is entirely dependent on whether or not they can kill this tank. That's going to be absolutely imperative because, of course, they cannot move past this tank. You know, they have to kill it before they can think about moving any further forward as a unit. So let's just see, and let's just also see who becomes tank as well on the double W's, because Toph and Zombie Man are very scary players when they are playing the tank. They don't miss punches. It's very rare to see them miss punches. And they are very good with hittables, and a hittable is at the disposal. Well, it is at the possible disposal of the tank here as well. Just waiting on one more person from the double W's to ready up. We have just gotten them to ready up, and we will be going live here. Second half of the second chapter with the possibility and potential for a comeback for Bootylicious here. Currently on the survivor side, GK, Percy, Martin, and Zero up against Sismo, Bam, Toph, and Zombie Man. Going to be a jockey pre-spawned above the survivors. That also is a charger repositioning from the roof above the survivors. They're going to be moving indoors though. That's going to be a jockey followed by a Hunt Spit combination, but Nick is on the edge of the Spit. Then again, they have kept Rochelle in the Spit for a very, very long time. Not the same kind of devastation as the Bootylicious attack, but I mean, still, it's nothing to ignore. They actually kept Rochelle in the Spit there for a very long time, and you have to give them props for that. That was a very well-coordinated attack, especially considering that the charger did not land. Smoker, charger, Hunter, and a Spitter. Hunter is pouncing around on the rooftops here, maybe looking for a damage pounce. That is going to be the tank spawning. Hunter's moving in, looking to intercept the smoker. He does intercept the guy going for the smoke. That is going to be a charger stumbling, but scratching Nick 2 times. The tank is going to be in the hands of pretty much the guy you don't want it to be in the hands of, Zombie Man. Now, Zombie Man is a very, very good tank player, and it's very scary to play against him when he is tank. So that is essentially what the double W's need right now. They need that kind of threat. A Hunter, Boomer, and a Jockey is what they have as support as well. Tank is just looking to maintain line of sight here. That's going to be a boom dropping down, but getting popped though. Bam's boomer, unfortunately, was pretty much obliterated. That's going to be no boom for the double W's. Tank on 55% to pass number 1 and 5,300 HP as well, give or take, or 5,365 HP exactly, which is a significant amount of damage actually. He's just gone on to pass number 2 now. Let's just see what he can manage here. He's choosing to move in. He's going in for the survivors, looking for the first pin. Going to be looking for Nick here. He's going to get the first punch. Not Nick, sorry, that's going to be Coach. That's going to be an in-cap onto Coach. That's going to be a good start, but the tank is on 2.5k HP. Good punch onto Rochelle. Hunter is cleared, but Charger is going to land. Can the jockey land? Interception jockey is unsuccessful. Charger will be cleared. Tank is on 2k HP. He's looking for some punches. Could be getting an in-cap here. He gets another in-cap onto Ellis. It might be another one onto Rochelle as well. 3 people in-capped. Can he get the final in-cap onto Nick? On 700 HP. The first punch misses though. He's going to be throwing a rock. Curve rock attempt can't land. Smoker is going to secure the deal though, surely here. That is so unfortunate because look at the tank HP. 183 HP in the hands of the tank. That's such a disappointing result. For Bootylicious there, they get wiped in the same spot and they only really achieve a few more points more than their predecessors at that. So, oh dear. You can't help but feel sorry for them, to be honest, because the potential was there. Of course, you do have to have an onwards and upwards mentality though in Left 4 Dead 2, and you have to be consistent. And we still have 2 more chapters to look forward to as well, as do the participants here in this match. So let's just hope for the sake of Bootylicious that they make good use of these remaining 2 chapters, because they still have some grounds to cover here. Bootylicious are on 296 points, whereas the double W's are at 677 points. And we appear to have a curse of the empty blue respec. And we will be going live in the first half of the 3rd chapter here on Hard Rain Down. Boomer, Smoker, Charger, and a jockey in the hands of Bootylicious. Let's just see what they can pull off with it. It is going to be a GK tank as well.
Reloading.
That's going to be a Swedish tank in the hands of Bootylicious. That's going to be a Charger precariously positioned round the corner. Smoker from behind. Charger moving in as well. Separation Smoker, interception Charger. Oh, the clears are just so fast though. I mean, honestly, they did take a fair bit of damage, I will grant you. Especially Coach, actually. I'm surprised at how much damage they actually took. But I lost my train of thought, to be honest with you. I've completely lost what I was going to say there, so I'm going to swiftly move on and pretend that never happened. There's going to be a Hunter, Boomer, Jockey, and a Charger in the hands of the Special Infected. There's going to be a Storm as well. The Boomer from above is still spotted despite the Storm, though, and that's going to be a successful pop on the Boomer. It's going to be the survivors in an open area here, clearing some common infected. Hunter, Charger, and a jockey. That was a Boomer that just died as well, so they are going to get a Spitter instead, which actually I have to say is a very smart decision, because in here with a charged Spit you can do so much damage. Let's just see if they actually can though. Charger is moving in with the jockey. Jockey is going to be killed though. Unfortunately, the coordination isn't quite there. Charger moves in with the Spitter, but the damage is limited. It's just so limited, unfortunately, for Bootylicious. They couldn't make it work. And I think that's just down to timing. I think they fell for the bait, and they got the timing completely wrong there.
Reloading.
That's going to be a Smoker and a jockey, followed by, in 3 seconds, we're going to find out the 3rd and final spawn, because it is a tank in the hands of GK. It's going to be a jockey and a charge. and that's going to be the GK tank making his way towards the survivors, of whom are going to pause. I was going to say of whom are in the office space indoors. They are going to unpause though. So the survivors have chosen not to take the tank outside. They have chosen to take the tank in this office space, which actually, I have to say, it's experimental, but it's not a bad idea, because the tables are actually quite useful in terms of dodging the tank, and he can't use the hittables either. So it's not exactly the worst idea. Let's just see what the tank can do here though. GK's tank is on pass number 2 on 85% of it. He is creeping towards the survivors. He's going to be jumping through the window. In he moves, jumping over the tables. And that's going to be a pop on the boomer as well. Going to be a punch into Ellis. 2 punches, 3 punches, followed by a 4th. He misses a punch, unfortunately, there, though. There's going to be a jockey landing. Tank is going to throw some punches onto Nick. But that's all she wrote for the tank, though. The tank is going to die there. And, well, he landed 5 punches in total. The survivors are going to be awarded the standard 100 points for killing the tank. But, oh, that result is definitely not what they wanted whatsoever. The boomer pop is the most unfortunate incident of that entire tank fight, to be honest. That's going to be a smoker, boomer, jockey, and a hunter. And the survivors have a witch to deal with as well, of whom is approaching, and, well, they can skip her, but I just wonder, with 2 people bleeding, is it worth them trying? I'm not sure, because to skip it, they would have to kind of go around the side of the generator kind of buildings. Let's just see what Bootylicious can pull off with the smoker, boomer, jockey, and hunter combination here. They're going to focus fire the witch with the Uzis. The witch misses her slice, though, and is unfortunately going to be eliminated there. They're going to be awarded an additional 25 points for slaying the witch. And that's going to be a very nice separation jockey, though, onto Ellis in the distance. The quad boom is phenomenal. That's going to be an in cap onto Ellis, and that's going to be a repositioning jockey looking to cause some chaos here. They weren't really keeping an eye on their survivors there. He's going to delay the get up. That's going to be a spitter looking to combine with the charger here. Hunter is wall kicking in, combines with the hunter. Charger is trying to get a charge into the spit, instead just goes for a regular charge. They did delay the get up animation for as long as they can, but it's not long enough, and they are going to successfully revive Toph, and that is actually his first in cap as well. So they did quite well, to be honest. I have to say, I think the smoker, if he was positioned in front of the survivors instead of behind them and he pulled into the witch, I think the witch would have gotten an in cap there, to be honest with you. That's something that perhaps maybe they should have done differently. That's going to be a smoker in the back onto Nick, and a good charge, basically a tri-cap actually. That's going to be a clear onto Rochelle. The smoker is still going in the back. That's going to be an incapacitation onto Nick, of whom is being revived here. Going to continue to make their way forward, but they have taken some damage here. 2 people need to take pain pills, and only 1 person has them as well. Going to pass them on to the temporary HP person, that being Zombie Man, aka Nick. Spitter, jockey, hunter, and a charger. It's a pretty good setup, actually. Especially considering it's an indoor area. There is going to be a storm, though, and I wonder if they're going to attack with it. They have a jockey is pre-spawned. He doesn't seem to be looking to go in, though. Reloading. Just going to have to see what happens here with this spitter charger hunter combination. That's going to be the jockey jumping around, causing some chaos and slowing down the survivors. Going to be jumping up. Hunter is pouncing around as well. Hunter is going to be shut down. Charger is going to be moving in the open area. Basically everything is shut down there, and the only thing they really achieved is a delay spit on the staircase, but that's going to be depleted. However, 2 survivors are slow on the double W's, but they're at 85% of the map. There is an upcoming choke point here, and a smoker is what you want for it. Can they pull the last person before they drop? He's looking to do so. Boomer from behind. Smoker is not successful though. Hunter is going to be moving in with, that's going to be a good separation jockey. Oh, what a tri-cap! That's an absolutely phenomenal tri-cap here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Sismo, aka Rochelle, can't do anything about this right now. She's surrounded by common infected. That's going to be a death. The Hunter is moving in, gets M2'd. That's going to be a repounce though. That's going to be a wipe just outside the safe room. My, oh my. What a tri-cap, ladies and gentlemen, inflicted by Bootylicious. That actually has to be ranking among one of the best tri-caps I have seen, actually. That was without a charger. That was just a plain old jockey, smoker, and a hunter. And my goodness, did they make such good use of every single one of them. That was a lethal attack, and not to mention wiping them outside the safe room as well. That's got to get the blood pumping, that's got to get it boiling, and that has to get pretty much blood flowing through their bodies because they're going to need it. Bootylicious, because they have a survivor round here to contend with against the infected side of the double W's. Jockey, charger, smoker, and a boomer are going to be positioned on the gas station, well, other than the smoker, who is positioned on the buck. It's going to be the smoker spawning up. Charger moves in. That's going to be a good charge. Good set. That's going to be a double charge. It's going to be another tri-cap, a temporary one, but that's going to be very bad news to Bootylicious. However, that's good clearing. I mean, to be honest, the tri-cap was very good, but the clearing has actually gotten the damage down to a lot lower than I thought it was going to go to, actually. So I have to say, although it was a very, very good attack by the double W's, the clearing made it a lot less lethal than it really could have been. That's going to be a charger spawning with the, well, it's not going to be a charger spawning, it's going to be a hunter spawning, looking for a wall kick combination with the spitter. They do also have a charger. That's exactly what they want to do here. And the survivors, they want those, they want that ammunition replenishment. So they have no choice but to deal with it. Let's just see how efficiently they can deal with it. Nick is gonna take the pills and move out, and they're gonna skip the room. Hunter is going to get himself killed, as is the charger. The smoker is going to look to pull somebody into the spit, but gets himself shut down. It was more of a separation attempt than anything. I got a one second. Got a shout out to give here. A shout out from Empty Blue to Curikinton Fox. Quick shout out there while we have a little bit of downtime there. So that's an AI boomer. Is it? No, it's not an AI boomer, excuse me. It is a repositioning. I mean, I have to say, it looked like an AI boomer, to be honest, but because of the movement. I was just tapped out of the screen there, and I had my my chat open, so I didn't actually see what was going on there for a brief period. That is going to be a storm, but it's not going to trouble the survivors, though. That's going to be a boom onto one survivor. That's going to be an interesting opportunity for the tank, of whom is in the hands of Toff as well. Let's just see what the Frenchman's tank can bring to the table. It's going to be pass number 2 and 50% of it. Has to move in now. Going to be jumping through the window frame slowly but surely, looking for the first pin. Gets the first punch onto Ellis, followed by the second and third, which will be the in cap. That's going to be the tank jumping over the tables very efficiently. That's a hunter landing. That's a jockey landing. That's an in cap onto Rochelle. That's a charger scratching the jockey victim, of whom gets fall damage. That's going to be all she wrote for the survivors. Another wipe, but this time the lead has been extended tremendously by the double W's here, because they wiped the survivors at 217 points versus 556 points. Now that's unfortunate because, well, the double W's, they were just a few steps away from the safe room, but I mean, Bootylicious, they actually weren't too far outside of their first safe room. So there we have it. There is still chance for them to make something happen, but they are looking at around an 800 points deficit here. So let's just see what can happen here. Can the comeback dream be brought into reality? Or are we looking at the double W's getting another win here? That is going to be dependent on really who can come out on top. I mean, this map in both Hard Rain Downpour and Hard Rain Regular is very well known for for its potential for comebacks with the cars. And just while we have some quick downtime, just a quick shout out from myself to a couple of my buddies who I think are watching, that being Kang and Jay. So if you lads are watching, then shout out to you guys. Just going to be waiting on a few technical difficulties here, and we will be going live shortly after. So I hope everybody is having a good day. And just a quick reminder as well, because of course with the current climate of the world, of planet Earth right now, with the coronavirus, guys, make sure that you're being safe. Make sure that you are taking care of yourselves, and just, you know, look out for yourselves, guys, because it's an interesting time period that we are currently living in. And just a reminder to stay safe, and that's it, really. That's it from me. We're going to be going live here in the EazyOne Cup. That's going to be the final chapter here. Going to be the first half of it. Jockey, Spitter, Boomer, and a Hunter. Hunter is pre-spawned above the survivors, who is looking to pounce onto the survivors around about now. Jockey is spawning up, lands onto Ellis, but gets shut down pretty quickly. That is going to be a Hunter pouncing around, but gets nicely skeeted by Toff there. Boomer is going to get a boom onto one survivor. Probably was hoping for a little bit more there, to be honest. Nonetheless, that's all she wrote for the Boomer, and that was actually a female Boomer as well, so that phrase does actually fit. That is going to be a tank spawning, and a relatively early tank at that as well, which is exactly what Bootylicious need if they want to make this comeback, and they have been awarded an early tank by the L4D2 gods. Let's just see what else they can be awarded, though. That's a car moving in very precariously. It nearly hits Nick there. It is on the roof where the survivors currently are. That was so close to hitting the survivors. The tank is going to be looking to commit soon, I'm pretty sure. The car is in an interesting position. It also gives the Special Infected a place to spawn as well. So let's just see what the tank chooses to do here. He's just going to be throwing some rocks in the meantime. There's a Charger, Boomer, and a Jockey as the supporting setup for the tank. Pass number one. That's going to be a boom from below onto one survivor. The tank is continuing to play long here, and just a compliment was given out there to the bunny hopping, which, you know, bunny hopping is not easy to do. So tank is going to be moving in, but the survivors very intelligently move away from where the car is, which means they no longer have to worry about the car. Not to mention they have actually inflicted 500 HP worth of damage onto the tank as well. He's going to be looking to move another car in. That car is going to be into play there, and the survivors could be looking to push further forward here at this rate, or they could be just looking to use the telephone pole and van. Tank has two cars in play, one of which is moving in. No luck with it. Just He's looking for an in-cap onto Coach. He just misses it. That's going to be a pounce. Interception rock. That's going to be everybody on Coach, though. The Charger and Tank included. That is going to be an in-cap onto him. That's going to be a missed Charger, though. Tank is going to look for a punch here. Chooses for a rock instead. Can't get the rock. The jockey lands, but temporarily. That's going to be the death of the Tank soon. Surely he can't land the rock, and he will actually pay with his life there. Only landing 2 punches and 1 rock in the space of 2 minutes and 21 seconds. That is going to award the survivors 100 points on top of what they already have, which is more than 1,000, well, nearly more than 1,000 points ahead.
Reloading.
So it's looking more and more in favor of the double W's, but let's just see what else Bootylicious can do here. They have a Boomer, Smoker, Hunter, and a Spitter. Boomer onto 1 survivor. Hunter is pouncing around. Smoker is also pre-spawned on the rooftop.
Reloading.
Survivors being quite patient. That's going to be a smoke onto Ellis. That's going to be a dead stop on the Hunter, though. That's going to be a spit onto Nick. But the damage is mitigated tremendously by the fact that he was not hunted. He M2'd the Hunter and therefore did not have to worry about any spit damage. The Smoker is going to look for a respawn. That's going to be a Boomer as well. Upcoming ambulance, I don't believe, is going to award them any pills. The survivors are going to pop the Boomer from below, which is very well played by them. There's a jockey below them as well. He is looking to probably attack here. Hunter, that's going to be a good separation Charger off the back of the Smoker. That's going to be some pummels, but I mean, it won't be many. It's probably, yeah, just 2 at most, but still, that is damage onto the health bonus, and that is definitely better than nothing, that's for sure. That was good use of the Smoker and the Charger. That's going to be a separation Smoker again, but a good, that the Hunter tried to intercept there, but was nicely skeeted by Rochelle there, aka Toff. Survivors are going to have no difficulty moving forward now.
Reloading.
Smoker, Spitter, and a Boomer in the hands of Bootylicious. 1 more second remaining, and they'll have their final spawn. There is also the Witch to contend with as well. A very late Witch, actually. So late that she is right outside the safe room. That is ridiculous. The Boomer, unfortunately though, the Boomer is unable to land his boom and will be shut down. They're looking for the remote crown. They're going for it, and they do get it indeed. That's going to be a Spitter moving in, looking to capitalize with the Hunter, but the Hunter gets dead stopped and shut down. That's going to be an additional 25 points awarded, plus the 100 points for killing the Tank, and well, bonuses and more bonuses, basically. They're at 2,567 points versus the current 585 points in the hands of Bootylicious, now currently playing their 4th and final chapter here. The thing is that it doesn't look good for them. It's very dark, it's very gloomy, and both literally and metaphorically, to be honest. Both literally, metaphorically, emotionally, everything. It ain't looking good for our fellow Bootylicious players, GK, Percy, Martin, and Zero. They have put up a very good performance, but unless they can pull something miraculous out of the bag, we could be looking at a win in the hands of the double W's. They could be getting themselves a W here. And we will be going live in the final half of this installment of the EazyOne tournament. Going to be a spitting in front of the safe room, but both the jockey and the Hunter meet the same fate. That same fate being death by bullet. That's going to be a Boomer moving in, getting a boom onto 3 survivors plus the delay spit, and the survivors can't get out that window as well. So that is actually pretty good delay, to be honest, but they could actually get another attack soon. Reloading. There is a Charger and a Hunter.
Reloading.
However, the spawn timers are a little bit staggered though. Charger, Hunter, Jockey, and a Boomer. Let's see what the Boomer can do from below. He gets a boom onto 2 survivors. That's going to be a tank in the hands of Bam. That's going to be a damage pounce, just barely missing, but a good double charge there. No real separation to speak of. However, speaking of separation, that's a good hunter and jockey on 2 non-boom survivors. That's the jockey moving into the tank there. He's moving so far back that the survivors can't get to him. That's going to be Ellis very, very bravely trying to free his fellow companion there, but he can't actually do it. That's going to be an in-cap onto Nick in the distance there, but Ellis is moving over to him because he's leaving nobody behind. That's going to be a jockey in the window frame there. That's going to be a cornered Ellis. 1 punch followed by 2 will be the in-cap. Tank is looking for some punches onto Rochelle or Coach here. That's going to be a jockey moving in onto an unsuspecting, Coach there. That's going to be a pin onto Rochelle. That's going to be several punches onto Rochelle by the tank, by everybody. It's going to be a GG from us. Ladies and gentlemen, your victorious team for this evening is going to be the double W's. Bam, Sismo, Toff and Zombie Man taking the victory here. Unfortunately though, Bootylicious, they just couldn't make it work and they will be losing this installment, unfortunately. So we are looking at a fairly separated point margin as well. But thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. As always, it has been a delight. My name is Haraldson, if you are unaware of me, and I have brought what you are hearing right now, the commentary. So thank you to everybody for tuning in, and we will hope to see you very soon. Thank you, GGs, and goodbye.